A great day. Oh my goodness. I pulled cards. I wanted to ask about impeaching Trump. And I'll show you what I've gotten. What are you doing, Miss Lily? What you doing, Miss Lily? Yes, I know, buttering me up. Snort of happiness. So what I got, the readings about walking away, distancing from energy coming into it, a message about an action, what's going on now. The world is watching and this affects their world. The challenge is the merchant, what they're buying, what they're selling, the desires, potential outcome, the wheel is turning. So when we look at the world, the foundation is a new action of, above it, leadership, getting on the ball, getting something done. But when we come back here to, the reading about walking away from a message of action, the foundation is the Republican Party. And above it, feeling embattled. Okay? They're feeling embattled with it. Why? When it comes to the merchant and things turning, they're being ruled by what? Monetary constraints, the wealthy, in what they're offering up. Okay? So the foundation, the new action by the Republicans, it's about monetary constraints, etc., being ruled by the wealthy. When it comes to leadership and actually do something, they are feeling embattled with what they're offering up. So it feels like, they feel like their jobs are on the line. If they get rid of Trump, they get rid of themselves as well. But let's go ahead. We're going to do the clarifying read and see what else it has to say about this issue of impeaching Trump. Of course, the Democrats all want to impeach him. But there are some Republicans that would like to, and then there's some that are saying, not so much, we don't want to do that. But let's look and see. The center of it all are the choices being made in life, the path they're walking, what they're trying to get away with, mentally, the takeaway, what they're carrying, what they're leaving behind mentally with their life choices, and the actions in hand, what they're doing with their actions. So, on one side of it, we have looking at the long term, their life path, what they're setting up for themselves, things being juggled when it comes to what they're trying to get away with, the mind racing when it comes to what actions they're going to do, but the wheel is turning. Okay, so they're not going to get out of it eventually. When it comes to the long term, what they're juggling. The other side of it, we have the family. This is the Magatonians, what they've bought into. And the nightmare now that they have with all of this, the concern, the nightmare, and the manipulation, the ongoing manipulation. What a surprise when it comes to the truth. So ongoing manipulation of the truth and ruled by the actions of trying to get away with it. Okay, they're ruled by the actions of, again, trying to get away with it, the things in their life when it comes to the actions that they do. But the wheel is turning on truth. the truth of it all. Their life choices, the mind's been trying to run away from the nightmare they've created, and they find themselves within now. The life choices are about juggling and manipulating what they can manipulate, because it's about long-term monetary things for them, and that's what they've bought into. Okay? So, yeah, they're ruled by money. They're ruled by, they've sold their souls. And so they are not wanting to jump into impeaching him. When they impeach him, they basically impeach themselves. Okay? And I think so many of them, he's, they, like I said, they've sold their soul. How many of them are coming up to be pedophiles, etc., manipulation? They got insider trading on stock market stuff. It's about the manipulation. It's about what they could hold on to. Yeah, the evidence for them about money, about what they can hold on to. The Republicans, that's what they're ruled by. And their false demigod they have up there, again, that they are following. Worshipping the golden calf. But judgment is coming. Eventually temperance is coming, because people do not like the harvest. So, yeah, it's not going to go well for them. They're still trying to manipulate all this stuff. And they don't want to impeach him. They're still trying to walk away from that, even though they see how destructive he is for the country. But they've bought into this madness. So that's what we hear in their town halls. They still continue to try to sell this stuff. It's the brown people that are the problem. All the rhetoric they keep putting out, all of this nonsense, and trying to privatize everything so their buddies can make a lot of money. Now they bought up the housing market, but nobody can buy. So they're sitting there with these properties that they can't get anybody in because people can't afford it. And they've gotten so greedy. And they want to get rid of the people, the homeless. What are they going to do with them? They don't want to have housing. They don't want to pay livable wages. They don't want to give livable prices when it comes to accommodations. They've gotten so greedy that they're going to wind up in their own demise. It's going to come back to bite them in the rear, 100%. You can only be greedy for so long and put things out of the reach of people before you start collapsing. So on that note, I'll leave that here. We'll see you online.